Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My dear brothers and sisters, we are already studying Arabic with basics, but there are some other students who are interested in conversational Arabic. They want to start speaking in Arabic. So, for that reason, we are going to commence a new course in which we will be reading this book. The name of this book is Arabi English Urdu Bolchal. Learn to speak Arabic, English and Urdu. In this book we will be focusing on Arabic. The author of this book is Badaruzzaman Qasmi Karanwi. See how the hardcover of the cover of the hard copy of the book looks like. This is how it looks. Or you may find the other form also. It may appear like this also. Hence, okay, so let's begin with our lesson. Meeting. Meeting is called as al-liqa'u in Arabic. This is a this is maqarifa form. Nakira form is liqa'un. Liqa'un. When two persons meet with each other, how they strike the conversation. When one has to say good morning, he or she will say Sabah al Khair. In return, one can say Sabah al Noor. So, good morning is Sabah al Khair. If one has to about one if one has to ask about the well-being of the other, then he or she has to say Kaifa qaluka. When two males are speaking to each other and one is asking other how are you, then he will say Kaifa qaluka. When two females are meeting with each other and one has to ask the other female about her well-being, she has to say Kaifa qaluki. So this Kaifa qaluka or Kaifa qaluki. When one has to reply about the well-being, I am fine, thanks, then he or she will reply Ana bi khair. Ana bi khair. Shukran. If one has to ask about the health of the other person, then the question will be Kaifa thiqatuka or Kaifa thiqatuki for the female who has been addressed. If the reply is my health is good, then in Arabic one has to say Fiqhati jayyida. Fiqhati jayyida. My health is good. When one has to ask about the well-being of the person's father, then the question will be Kaifa qalu walidika. If the person is female, the one who has been addressed, then kaifa qalu walidiki. How is your father? My father is all right. Walidi bikhair. Walidi bikhair. When one has to wish a person a good day ahead, then he or she has to say naharuka sa'idun. The person whom one is addressing is, then the uh, words will be naharuki sa'idun or naharuki sa'id. Naharuka sa'id for male and naharuki sa'id for female. Good evening. Masa al khair. Masa al khair. When the two persons are departing, they are leaving each other, then they will say ila liqa. Ila liqa means goodbye. If one has to wish the other person have a pleasant day, then the words will be Taba yawmukum. Taba yawmukum. When one has to say good night, then the words will be Tabat laylatukum. Tabat laylatukum. In Arab world, the other words are also famous for good night, and those are tusbiqu alal khair. When the person who is addressed is a male, then one has to say tusbiqu alal khair. For female, tusbiqina alal khair. And for the group of persons, tusbiquna alal khair. When one has to say welcome, then the words will be ahlan wa sahlan marhaban. Ahlan wa sahlan marhaban. When one has to welcome the other person, I welcome you. In Arabic, it will be ana urahibu bikum. Ana urahibu bikum. When one has to express the pleasure of meeting with the other person, then he has to say inni sa'idun jiddan biliqa'ika. Inni sa'idun jiddan biliqa'ika. When the person who is addressed is a male, then we have to say inni sa'idun jiddan biliqa'ika. When the person who is addressed is a female, inni sa'idun jiddan biliqa'iki. The person may reply, I am also happy to see you. Ana aydan sa'idun biru'yatika. And for female, Ana aydan sa'idun biru'yatiki. When one has to say, what a wonderful coincidence. يا لها من مفاجأة سارة. يا لها من مفاجأة سارة. How pleased I am to see you. كم تسعدني رؤيتك. And for female, كم تسعدني رؤيتك. I haven't seen you since a long time. لم أرك منذ مدة طويلة. لم أرك منذ مدة طويلة. I haven't seen you since a long time. Next, I have missed you a great deal, or we can say I have missed you a lot. For that, we have to say لقد افتقدتك كثيرا. And for the female, لقد افتقدتك كثيرا. The sentence is لقد افتقدتك كثيرا. لقد افتقدتك كثيرا. I really had a desire to see you. لقد اشتقت حقا إلى رؤيتك. لقد اشتقت حقا إلى رؤيتك. Let's repeat once again. لقد اشتقت حقا إلى رؤيتك. And the last word for female will be رؤيتك. Convey my regards to all the members of your family. أبلغ تحياتي إلى جميع أفراد عائلتك. And for female it will be عائلتك. When there is a pause on the last letter, then there is no change. For both it will be أبلغ تحياتي إلى جميع أفراد عائلتك. أبلغ تحياتي إلى جميع أفراد عائلتك. I thank you. It will be expressed in these words. أشكرك or أشكرك. But when we take a pause at the last letter, we say أشكرك. Thanks. شكرا. Many thanks or thanks a lot. شكرا جزيلا. شكرا جزيلا. You are welcome. In reply to thank you, it means in reply to shukran, we have to say afwan. Afwan. My apology. Al-afu or al-afu. When the two persons depart or we stop the conversation. Then one will say في رعاية الله, في رعاية الله, in Allah's protection. May Allah's protection be with you. رافقتك السلامة or رافقتك السلامة, رافقتك السلامة or رافقتك السلامة. So that was the end of our lesson. Jazakumullahu khair for listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullahu khaira. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.